Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Germans and Americans, and welcome to Gustav Making Stuff. So, now when I actually have played enough of it, I'm gonna show you how to build this machine pistol, or whatever, gun. So, I have this picture here of the gun itself, and due to we are going to adjust it to like the size of my hand there, because also, but we're going to do a little bit of adjustment due to this part here looks very much like one of these pipes. So we're actually going to scale the gun almost to that part. It will be a little bit of adjustment. It is like 5mm adjustment, so don't worry about it.
So we are starting here by drawing this from the screen here. You can also print this out, but due to there is a little bit of weird things going on these guns when it comes to, like, you know, not being very comfortable and stuff. So I do recommend you do some adjustments for this, because it's a little bit weird to hold. But anyway, so you see there, I just cut out this part which has to be folded because it's gonna lap over a bit. But you see, there's the trigger has been extended a little bit, and the hands has been a little bit moved a little bit more backwards, and also enlarged a little bit more. But anyway, now you see we are just gonna draw that out onto this this plywood, and now I'm gonna cut it out. So there we go, and do some filing, because it's gonna be straight and stuff. So there we go with that. Now it's quite kind of comfortable. Now I also rounded out the handle a little bit. So let's cut off the water pipe there with the muffler in the front there to actually attach it, which do look like it. It's a 40mm pipe. So now I've drawn out the ejection slot of the whole gun part there. So there we go. We're just gonna cut that out. It's gonna be now also we are going to drill here to put some screws inside. So it's very important to drill first, so it will actually be very straight. There we go, nice and there. And now we're gonna put on a little bit of wood screws there. You see also in the back there I have put a little bit of piece of plastic, because it got a little bit angled when I was cutting this. So now it will actually be straight. Don't worry about it, you have to do some little bit of adjustments everywhere. So you see, now we're gonna put the correct length, which was about 28 centimeters. You see, like that. Now we're going to start making the side panels, due to the actual frame of the gun has been finished. So we're going to make this little L shape here, which will be attached under the put the lower and the upper receiver together. I think with other parts will function, but it's just straight under there. You will see soon. So we're just gonna cut this trench here under it, and then fold it, and then glue it so there. And also we're gonna cut this rounded hole here. So I'm gonna take this pipe and make a little bit of marking, and then put it together. So see, like that. And now we're gonna cut that angle there. It's about a 45-degree angle. Now this is the part that will be on top of that, which will be of the eyesight thing sitting on top of. Also, this is here where the logic of the gun starts to be quite questionable. But don't worry, it's fiction, so we don't have to worry about this will actually work in reality or not. But whatever, you see, like that. It's gonna be put there, and on the opposite side there. I'm not gonna show you how to make the other side, because it's gonna be completely mirrored, except for that little weird part, which I choose to ignore for reasons that I do want to actually use this gun for other practical purposes, so it doesn't look too much like the gun from there. So I'm gonna have this as a background, little Easter egg in a thing I will do. So anyway, I will soon see that. Anyway, now you take this lid, inside lid from a spray can, which I had, and that's just gonna be like a 30mm. It's gonna be under it, and now I have to cut off that part there and put it inside their things there. Also, this is this 6 angled plastic tube there, which is from a drill bit, and also You see, now we're gonna have a little bit of slightly larger pipe there. And this, now, I'm cutting out foam there with the pipe. I'm gonna push it there to make, I think this is the magazine release button. Here is a toy pirate coin, which will be very good for that part in back there, which I think it's the safety. But I'm not sure, so I'm just speculating here. Also, it's gonna have some little details over there, which I just cut out. And now I have glued on the, glued back that part and also the handle for cocking the gun. Now, this is from an IKEA drawer inside there. So I'm gonna use that to put on the side. Now, we are going to cut this barrel here. Which is, I love this kind of barrel, but has a bunch of rounded holes in them. I think they look very, very cool. But first, just cut out this part and just trim it so it will look nice. It's a little bit rough, so you see, there we go. And now I have marked with like 20 millimeters apart, and it's actually a 15 millimeter hole here we are drilling with this staged drill. So it has different stages, so you see. I think they are called that, I don't really know. Anyway, so now I'm just putting that as a template to make it a little bit more straighter and drill more holes. There are actually 7 holes, and then it's 6 holes. I have counted them, so you see like that. They look very nice indeed. And now you see you have the inner barrel there. Maybe it's a floating barrel inside it, but this will hold up much better, so I will keep the inner barrel. Now we're going to make some little strips here for detailing, like that, and there. I think I have missed a lot of details, but then again, this is not a perfect thing. This is something I just made quite quickly, because I had some spare time in the month of fantasy. Which this is. If you're new to this channel, I have lots of fantasy video this month, so also otherwise it's just Fallouts and things like that. So check it out if you find that interesting also. There we go, we have the trigger there. And the trigger guard was just made out of easy foam pieces there. And now we're gonna glue this little detail things. This is just stamped metal, I think, because in the 1940s lots of guns was made out of stamped metal and also durable things. They quite liked this, the Germans back in the day. They still did it sometime after this. You see, now we will do little rivets by just having a pipe and pushing it and twisting it at the same time. And now let's fuse the barrel together with a strip of craft foam. There we go. Fantastic. Just some correction. A little bit of glue was lost here. Now, I could do a little bit of front barrel, but I do have this little eyesight thing going on here. I already have. But you see, basically 2 tubes with a little bit of craft foam in the middle. Or you can make one yourself, but I have one. So why not use it? And also a little bit of pipe in the front there to make the end of the barrel there. So you see, there we go. And also I have this old little toy gun plastic sight thing going on, which you can also make yourself, but why not use a old plastic gun for this? They're quite cheap. So there we go. And I also put a little sight back there on my phone. Now we're going to take 2 pieces of EVA foam here, floor mats thing, and match them together. And now we are going to carve the stamped part of the magazine here, which I am going to carve with a very, very sharp blade there and just pull it out like that. And also do the second one and then just cut it up and put it in the side there and then glue it apart. So it will look like this. Very, very nice. And now it's time for paint. And yes, I forgot the stock, but the stock, I didn't have the proper parts for it. So that will be part 2 maybe, if I will do that. Anyway, now you see I have this little bit of clamp for electrical wiring, which I put a little bit of steel string and form that a part that holds the what do you call it, the sling for the gun. And now we're just gonna put it there with a little bit of a screw. There we go. Also, the painting of this was made with first black spray paint, let it dry, and then dust it with like very, very fine dust of metal paint, and it will look absolutely fantastic. You could also go and do a little bit of extra work on it, but I think that will be enough, because they look quite new, all the guns in the game. And now we're gonna make the little white part here. It has the numbering, and then it has this whatever symbol it is, and this whatever it is, like the abstract German flag sign thing going on there. I am not going to do any kind of Nazi symbols on these things, because, well, YouTube doesn't really approve of that. So, there you go. I hope you find this interesting. Thank you for watching. Bye. Thank you for watching.